All right, so today we're going to move on in religion. We're going to do another saint in our Catholic saint coloring book. Let's review who we've done so far. So first we learned about Saint Teresa of Calcutta. She helped the poor and the sick in India. Saint Mary was Jesus's mother, right? Mary's very special to us. Woo. Come on, page. There we go. Saint Matthew. St. Matthew was one of Jesus's apostles, and he wrote the first gospel, the gospel according to Matthew. St. Jerome translated the Bible from one language to another. St. Francis of Assisi loved God's creation and taught us how to treat it the right way, and he honored animals and nature. St. Faustina, she was visited by Jesus, and he showed her what it is like to be an example of mercy to others. St. Teresa of Avila suffered from terrible headaches, right? And she worked through those and taught us about prayer. St. Luke, he wrote the story of when Jesus was born, and he also wrote one of the Gospels, the Gospel according to Luke. St. Pope John Paul II, he was a pope, the leader of the church. He loved children and the youth. The youth are the children. St. Therese of Lisieux, she's our TK saint, right? And she was very young when she decided she wanted to be a sister. And she said, we can do little things, even the littlest things, we can do them for God. St. Martin de Porres, he took care of the sick, he took care of the poor. People didn't treat him nicely because he had dark skin, but he dealt with it, and he still made good choices and was a good person. All right, and today we've got St. Frances Cabrini. Now, I don't have a big story about her. I only have her in my little saint book. So this is called the Children's Book of Saints, and there's lots and lots and lots of saints in here. There she is. So St. Frances. Frances can be a girl's name or a boy's name. It says Frances Cabrini was born in Italy in 1850, but America claims her as a saint because Mother Cabrini became an American citizen in 1909. Her life was filled with difficulties and setbacks. In Italy, she tried to enter several religious communities, so that means she tried to become a nun, she tried to become a sister, but they all would not let her because she was not very healthy. Her health was poor. When she began working with 5 other women at an orphanage in Italy, the bishop closed the orphanage. Next, she asked the Pope if she and her companions could go to China as missionaries. So missionaries are people that go to other countries and teach the people there about God and Jesus. He said no. And instead, he sent her to the United States. That's where we live. When she arrived in New York, the bishop advised her to go back to Italy. However, she didn't listen. She stayed in New York, and she opened orphanages, which are homes for children that don't have mommies and daddies, to help them find a mommy and a daddy, schools, and began a small hospital. She and her companions founded the Missionary Sisters of the Sacred Heart. And there's a little prayer. It says, St. Frances Xavier Cabrini, you always said that God did everything. Help me to trust that God cares for me and what I am trying to do. So there she is with the children because she opened orphanages and schools and hospitals. She didn't listen to that bishop when he told her to go back to Italy. She stayed in New York and she got some jobs done, didn't she? So we're going to color her today how she looked. We're going to use a lot of black today. But before we do our black, let's color her halo. And then we're going to use black marker and black crayon. So this like veil around her head, we're going to do it black. Got it? And then we're also gonna do her bow. Do you see how she has this bow here? The sisters that are in her group, this is how they dressed. Sisters in different groups, like Saint Therese of Lisieux, some dressed like this, some, it's kind of like a uniform. Some dressed like this, but this is how Saint Francis Cabrini dressed. There's her bow. We're gonna do her cross. She's wearing a necklace that has a cross on it. Make that brown. Then we're gonna get our black crayon. Now this thing around her head is gonna be with our crayon, and then the rest of her dress or gown is gonna be with the black crayon. And then you can give her shoes, whatever color you want. I think she liked green shoes. And then you can color her skin. You can choose a color for her letters, Saint Francis Cabrini. Remember, we try to trace them. And then we're gonna draw two children next to her because she had orphanages, which are places that take care of children that don't have a mommy or a daddy. She opened up schools, which teach children, right? So we're gonna put two little children next to her. So they're little. So I'm gonna do a girl. And I'll do a boy. There's a little girl. Now remember, your people don't have to look like my people. Because I'm me, and I draw people a certain way, and you're you, and you draw people a certain way, right? So, don't get upset if yours doesn't look like mine. There's no way it could. You're not me. You don't have my same hand. You don't have my same brain. There we go. Oh, forgot a little nose. Cute. All right. Press pause if you need to finish. Ooh, sorry, I didn't realize I was so zoomed in. There you go. Cute.